Welcome to the call. Hope everybody's having a great day. We will kick this off momentarily. We're going to give another moment here for some folks to work their way in. Quick question. Did anybody struggle with the link? I noticed in my email even that I received, the link didn't seem to work. It took me a while to get in. Everybody else okay? All worked good? Awesome. Thank you, Sharon. Well, I am excited to share with you guys today about LeOn and ARIA. And I know this is kind of a combination call. Some people in this room are going to be people who have already purchased LeOn and ARIA, and some will be new who are looking at getting access to LeOn and ARIA. So just with a quick note in the chat, just say already have it or exploring it. I just want to know who's where on which end of that spectrum. Okay, exploring, have it. Okay, good. So far, one of each. Exploring, another one. Veska has one of them at least. Awesome. All right, cool. And we're going to continue letting some more folks into the room. We've got some other people joining right now, so. And then we will get this party started. So I just came back from a live event, Joint Venture Experience Live, JVX Live out in Ashland, Oregon. Chu was there. Good to see you, Chu. And one of the things that came up during this, where there was a lot of talk about AI. AI is truly taking the industry by storm in so many different ways. But one of the pieces that came up is this, and I want to address this right out of the gate. A lot of what I'm going to show you today, and I've gotten this question, I've been running this workshop now for a few months, and I continually get this question, and I don't think people are fully grasping the concept of it. And the question is, well, why can't I just do what you're showing us how to do in my regular Chat GPT? And the reason is this: it's the difference between going to a generalist or a specialist. I don't imagine any of you, if you had to have, open heart surgery, that you're going to go to your general practitioner. You're going to go to a specialist who trained in open heart surgery. And when you don't do that, it would be like going to your general doctor for some specialty element that they were not deeply trained in. And that's the difference in what I'm about to show you. The difference between using your basic Chat GPT versus these AI agents, which are highly, highly trained based on the years of marketing experience that I have as an email marketing certified specialist there, as well as just my years of experience running my own business and growing my list to where it is and doing that effectively. These agents are trained in that. So let's kick it off right away by the number one piece. And I'm going to do a little bit of backstory as we shape, I don't know if backstory is the right word, but just a little bit of an underlying piece to set up the importance of also what I'm about to cover here. So the number one key element is this: every business, no matter what business you're in, consists of simply three elements. Just three things. And those three elements are lead generation, sales, and fulfillment. I don't care what business you're in, what you're selling, those are the three essential pieces of any business. You have the product, program, or service that you sell. Let's say it's Coca-Cola or Toyota. That's the product that they sell. Next is you have to have sales, okay? You want to sell that product or service that you're going to deliver. And in order to have sales, you need leads, lead generation. And it all starts with lead generation so that you have someone to sell it to, then you have a way of selling it, and then you have a way of delivering it, the fulfillment piece. Any business, those three pieces. And the tip of the spear, this is the piece that if you leave with nothing else today, I hope that I can drive this home with you. If you master lead generation, you will solve 99% of your challenges in your business. Now, I know that may seem like a very bold statement to make, but I promise you, if you look at it deeply, you will get it. If you're bad at selling, okay, remember, lead generation, sales, fulfillment. If you're bad at selling, if you've got a constant flow of leads, well, two things are going to happen. One is you're naturally going to get some sales. Even people who are bad at selling, every now and then are going to make a sale. Even a broken clock's right twice a day, right? It kind of like falls into that. And the other piece is if you have a steady flow of leads, you're naturally going to get better at selling because you have practice over and over and over again compared to someone who doesn't have leads and therefore they're not getting any better at it because they're not actually able to practice their selling. So again, I promise you 99% of all of your business issues can be solved with better lead generation. Not having enough people in your webinars, you need better lead generation, steady flows. Not making enough revenue in your business, you need better lead generation, a steady flow. So in order to do that, the number one piece, the first thing that you have to offer is your lead magnet. And I don't care if you're talking on someone's podcast, if you're speaking from stage, just like I did at JVX, no matter what you're doing, you need to have a lead magnet, some way to get the people who are hearing and getting exposure to you into your world. And so the lead magnet is the tip of the spear. And I've been teaching lead magnets for over a decade now. And now with all of the AI coming out, I decided since that is a thing that like, man, if I could just hand this off to someone and they had me in their back pocket, they could make their lead magnets much easier and faster. And then they'd be ready to move into the next phase. So we're going to start with LeOn. You see, I've even got on my LeOn shirt today. LeOn is an acronym to a degree for Leads on Demand. LeOn is your Leads on Demand lead magnet creator. And I'm going to demo LeOn right now so everybody can see. And just to let you know how I even use this personally, while we were flying out to Oregon for this event, I was going to be talking about something totally new that we just recently developed. And I thought, you know what? I need to have a lead magnet that will support this thing that I just developed. And so I used LeOn to do it. Now, anytime you fire up LeOn, there's really only one prompt here for you to click because it all starts with this simple question or request, basically. So, hi, LeOn. I want to create a lead magnet that helps my audience solve a specific problem. Can you guide me through the best format, title, and steps to make it irresistible? And so when you click on this with LeOn, LeOn's going to respond step one, and he's going to walk you through this piecemeal. Starts off with what kind of a lead magnet do you want to create? And it gives some of the top ones right here, but you can obviously choose something different. But the options that it shows are checklist, cheat sheet, short guide or playbook, 3 to 5 step process, or a mini audio or video training. These are some of the highest converting lead magnet options out there. So let's just start with an easy one here. We're just going to go with checklist. So I tell LeOn checklist. So LeOn pops back after taking that information in. Looks like LeOn is going to think here for a little bit. By the way, is anybody else, I know there's been a lot of outages on the networks. Anybody else been having lag and slow time today? I know Cloudflare was having issues and they think there may have been some hacks, but at any rate, LeOn gets back to our checklist saying, perfect, a checklist is gold. It's skimmable, actionable, and gives that I'm doing it right feeling your audience craves. Next question, who's it for? This is important for all of you to have this dialed in anyway. Who are your ideal clients? And what transformation or goal are they working towards? So next we need to dial in the audience. So in this case, let's say I'm looking for online coaches and experts. That's my ideal audience. And I could dig in deeper. I could say online coaches and experts who are earning about 6 figures in give me 1 second, let somebody back in the room here. There we go. And annual income. So you could be very specific, you could be less specific, but either way you pop it in there. LeOn's going to take that information and go, okay, in this case, great, that's a strong niche. You're serving online coaches and experts already making 100,000 a year, likely experienced, but now craving next level traction. So let's move to step 3. What is the problem? What urgent or annoying problem are they facing right now? And I like to frame this as what's keeping them up in the middle of the night? What are they worried about? Not enough clients, not enough revenue, unable to fill their events. In this case, LeOn has even put some ideas out here: plateaued income or client flow, launches that are underperforming. They're too reliant on referrals or word of mouth. They lack consistent leads or authority visibility. So I'm going to pick that one. Okay, I'm just going to copy that and paste it right back in here as the big problem that they have. Now, of course, you know your business better than LeOn, so you tell it the exact problem, even though LeOn might have a suggestion that you like. So, perfectly juicy problem. Your audience is experienced making money, but struggling with inconsistent leads and weak authority visibility. So growth stalls or feels unpredictable. Now we move on to the solution. Now, this is where LeOn's going to prompt you for what is your special sauce. In this case, the question is, what's your method, process, or go-to strategy to help them solve that? And even gives you a little more prompting here. What are the 3 to 5 key things you'd have them check off to boost visibility and get more leads flowing? Let's extract your brilliance. What steps or actions would your checklist include? Okay, so I'm going to just put, well, I'm going to number these because we're doing a checklist. So I'm going to go 1, build a better lead magnet. Oop, practice my spelling here. Build a better lead magnet. 2, get more exposure through live events and podcasts. 3, participate in gift giveaways. 4, run your own summit. 5, build a, and I'm just making these things up here. These, I'm not worried about being very specific about things, and this is probably not something I would create exactly, but I just want to show you how easy it is. When you know your stuff and you're building it specifically to you, this is the type of information that you would put in there. So I just gave it 5 quick items, bullet kind of points. And now LeOn goes to town. That's a high-value checklist packed with visibility juice. Here's your core solution: 5 visibility boosters that attract consistent leads. Each item is a proven growth lever, and all roads can point to your paid offer. Quick recap of your checklist steps, and then now on to asset creation. So LeOn even tells us what it's going to do. I'm going to generate 5 punchy title options that are under 65 characters. I'm going to create a short, skimmable description, less than 200 words. I'm going to put in your call to action based on your desired next step and a PDF layout notes. But first, what's the next step you want readers to take after this checklist? Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share for a moment because I want to address this. Again, I've been teaching lead magnets for over a decade now, and I teach 3 key elements in a sidebar. And the 3 key elements of any lead magnet are this. Number 1, it needs to be immediately available. Your goal of a lead magnet is to get as many people. It is a quantity deal. You want as many people opting in and saying yes right now. And the best way to do that is give them something that is immediately available. If you offer something that's not available for a week, like a live event, even if it's free, or you offer them a meeting with you, a discovery call, even if it's free, that's not something they can get right now. And so you will get fewer opt-ins. Get them right now. And the best way to do that is have it be immediately available, number 1. Number 2, it needs to be easily consumable. This is going to seem counterintuitive, but I promise you that your ebook will not perform as well as if you just did a checklist or a cheat sheet. The Cliff's Notes of your ebook. What are the golden nuggets? Because it's not as easily consumable. People don't have time to read your whole ebook. Give them a quick win. So number 2 is easily consumable. Number 3, it needs to solve a top of mind problem. Now, we talked about that a little moment ago, but again, driving it home to what is their challenge that they're up in the middle of the night worried about, unable to sleep over, or it's causing them some form of pain. How can you solve that problem? Now, remember I said there's three key elements and then a sidebar. So the three elements in a single sentence is a high converting lead magnet should be immediately available, easily consumable solution to a top of mind problem. Now, the sidebar that I talk about is your lead magnet should set up the next thing. Whatever problem your lead magnet solves should create another problem. Okay, I want to let this sink in for you guys. It's a writer downer. Whatever problem my lead magnet solves should set up another problem. And the other problem it sets up is solved by your paid offer. So let me give you a real world example. My company, Infinite Leads, we help people get exposure for their lead magnet through gift giveaways. And we do this in an ongoing way through a membership community in a way that really helps them to grow their list rapidly and at a very low cost. But if they don't have a lead magnet, well, they're not ready for it. Therefore, I have a lead magnet that helps them build a lead magnet. It's called the Ultimate Lead Magnet Playbook. So I give that away for free. Well, now if someone gets that lead magnet playbook and they build a lead magnet, boom, I help them solve that problem. But now they have another problem. Now they have a lead magnet, but they don't have exposure. They need exposure. Infinite Leads solves that problem, and that's our paid offer. So I want to be sure this is soaking in for everybody. Just put a thumbs up on your character or you got it in the chat that the problem you solve with your lead magnet should set up the next problem, which also leads them deeper into your world. Great. It could lead them to a paid offer. It could then lead them to your next free thing that then goes deeper in. So maybe you send them from there to a webinar and the webinar then sells them, okay, on your paid offer. But you need to give them a quick win. So now we can go back to what LeOn is doing because you have a little more foundation of the lead magnet. And so in this case, what we're doing is LeOn is asking us, what is your next step that you want readers to take after the checklist? Is it book a call, join a program, watch a training? So we're going to say, let's offer a free workshop on visibility. Okay, I'm just going to, again, keep this a little generic and low key, but you would obviously want to put in something a little more specific. But I'm going to say, let's offer a free workshop on visibility. And here's the thing, too, and I'm going to jump ahead a step, but I want you guys to be thinking this. I'm also going to go ahead and say, and the URL for them to register is here. And then you can put in the URL to the page that you want to use. I'm going to use one for a different event that I have coming up, but this way at least it'll have a real page. Okay. And so you can actually even tell LeOn what is the link that you ultimately want that to be sent to, which will be important later. Okay, so LeOn's response, love it. Offered a free workshop on visibility is the perfect next step, low friction, high value, and continues the trust journey. So here we go, 5 title options. Then you go peruse these and you see, do I like any of these? 5 visibility moves to attract consistent leads now. Visibility checklist for 6-figure coaches. Want more leads? Use this 5-step visibility plan. Checklist, boost authority and get seen daily. 5 visibility boosters to grow beyond 6 figures. I'm going to take this last one, but I'm also going to add a little piece to it here as well. So I'm going to grab that and I'm going to say, use this as the title. I want to paste it in, but I'm going to give you guys a little sidebar thing that I also teach that sometimes you have to come up with a few of these on your own. You want your title of your lead magnet to grab people. That's your hook. And the things that you can play on psychologically are areas like you've all heard of FOMO, fear of missing out, or there's also a fear of getting it wrong, or what do I not know that I don't know? Okay. So instead of just saying 5 visibility boosters to grow beyond 6 figures, we're going to say 5 critical visibility boosters. We could also say 5 secret visibility boosters to make them go, oh, it might be something I haven't heard of. It's a secret. It's critical. It's like mission critical. If I don't get these, I better know what those are. So you want to often add one little extra keyword like that to get people interested. And then the other part you could add is easily. 5 critical visibility boosters to easily grow beyond 6 figures. Because what people want is they want faster, easier, stronger, all of those things that are going to make their life a bit easier. And so the more you can put that into the title, the more appealing your title will be, and your title is critical. So I'm just going to tell it to use this as the title. Now, before I hit enter, though, we want to look at what it did for the description. Struggling to stay visible and keep leads flowing, this checklist gives online coaches and experts 5 high-impact ways to boost authority and attract aligned leads consistency without burning out or relying on referrals. Boom, it's given us the 5 bullet points of it. It says these are the exact visibility moves top coaches use to grow beyond 6 figures, and now they're yours in one quick glance checklist. Grab it, use it, and start getting seen. Then we have the call to action. Want to go deeper? Join the Visibility Alchemy Workshop. It's free and packed with next level strategies to get your brilliance in front of the right people. Save your seat here. This is where it would attach the link that I gave it so it knows where to send it. And then these are just some PDF layout notes. It's going to be a 1-pager PDF, vertical layout, eye-catching title, subheading, 5 steps, final section, add your name, logo, and brand subtly in the footer. So I'm going to give it the title first, and then we'll tell it to do the next piece. Got it. Locking in your title. 5 critical visibility boosters. It's clear, specific, speaks directly to your ideal coach. Okay, next, you want me to turn this into a professional slide deck. Now, you may be thinking, well, what do I need a slide deck for? I'm not doing a presentation. This is something that I started doing years ago, and I started teaching my clients because they were going, how do you make it look good and so easy? And the reality is I would build all of my lead magnets in a slide deck, either Keynote or PowerPoint. And I do it because it makes it really easy to then manipulate and modify the text and then have it converted into a PDF where it's easy to deliver. And so we're going to, LeOn, I say we, but LeOn is actually going to do this for us. So we're going to say, let's go to Gamma. Now, Gamma, so those of you who may not have used it before, Gamma is a slide deck AI software, and it's free. And so we're going to have LeOn help us to build this in Gamma. So if you haven't used Gamma before, you're about to learn how and see how simple it is. So LeOn comes back. Awesome. Your Gamma deck will give this lead magnet a polished pro feel, perfect for opt-ins, slide downloads, or even workshop previews. Here's your slide outline ready to copy and paste. Okay, Gamma slide outline. And you notice it's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slides in here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to copy this bit. We're going to go slide 1 all the way down. Remember, we're creating a checklist here. Okay, so we're going to copy all of that. Copy. And now LeOn is going to guide you step by step through everything you need to do. So step 1, and what I'm going to do, by the way, I will jump back and forth. I know all these steps, but I'm going to jump back and forth so you can see how easily LeOn is going to walk us through this. Okay, so first we go to Gamma. Click on that. It opens up Gamma. Obviously, I need to log in. And now I'm in here. You can see I've done dozens of these already, but we're going to jump back over to LeOn, and it says click plus create new AI. So we go back to Gamma. Here it is, plus create new AI. We click on that. Now I'm going to go back over, and it says select paste in text. Boom, paste in text. Go back over here, paste everything above, which I've already copied it. So now we're going to paste it. Right there. That's everything I put in there. Go back over here and it says click generate from outline. Okay, so if I scroll down here, you'll see generate from notes or an outline. But before I do that, I just want to do a quick look here to see how everything looks. Okay, this slide 2 about you. You're an established coach or expert earning around 6 figures, but leads aren't flowing consistently, visibly feel like you're on checks. Okay, that's about you, the user. So that's fine. Why this exists, visibility boosters. Okay. This doesn't really have an about me section in it, but I do recommend that you consider adding that if you did not have it built in when it creates it. And this will, you may have noticed that back here, LeOn even suggests that as a piece here, that you want to be sure that you're also covering a little bit about you. So we could add that in there at any point, or we can add it right here in Gamma. But what we're going to do is we're just going to follow through right now to keep this real easy. We click on generate. And then the next step after clicking there is to scroll and continue. So we're going to scroll down to continue. Now, when you get to this next phase, because this is a lead magnet itself, we want to keep this either detailed or extensive. Don't go with concise or minimal because we want to give them some meat to the checklist. And you'll find here that you can see who is it written for. You could adjust that. What is the tone? Confident, actionable, encouraging. You could change your tone. You could say along the lines of, and then name a professional speaker that would be recognizable that they could go, oh yeah, we'll do it in their tone. Like I could say actionable, encouraging, and in the voice of Tony Robbins, if you chose to. And so it'll then give it a little bit of that style. Down here, you get to pick a theme. We have a theme that we've been playing with here that's customized, but of course you can create your own as well. So keeping that the way it is, we're just going to jump right over and generate. And you'll see that that's the next thing it says here. It says pick a theme that matches your brand and click generate. What it doesn't say here is that you can customize your themes, which is totally fine if you choose to do that. But right now, it is creating our lead magnet. And this will be ready in just a brief little bit here. It's already up to slide 3. Here comes number 4. And we can go up and we can look at what it's done so far. 5 critical visibility boosters to easily grow beyond 6 figures. You've built something real. Now let's scale it. Why this checklist exists, the problem, the solution, the result. Visibility booster number 1, build a better lead magnet. Examples that work, why it works. Visibility booster number 2. Now, I would go through these if I were you with kind of a fine-tooth comb. If you're letting LeOn take the reins and Gamma, then you're going to want to go through and fix some stuff. So I can see here it shows examples that work for a better lead magnet, and it says diagnostic assessments. Those don't work great as lead magnets, so I would remove that because the reality is that's something that I would offer secondarily. Get people in with something quick and easy. A diagnostic assessment is not easy. That's going to take time and effort. Get them in your world first and then follow up with the offer of a diagnostic assessment. Okay. So this is where you would go into it and go, here, let me make some minor tweaks. But we can see now that this whole thing is done and it's completed. And so I'm going to show you how easy it is to make some alterations. So you'll notice that I'm noticing, at least, having run several of these now. Maybe y'all have picked up on it as well. Almost every face person in this video is male. All of the images are male images, even that guy there. And maybe my audience is female. Okay, so what you can do is you can go here to your AI agent. Okay, I'm going to open, don't want to do that, did the wrong thing. Open it like this, and I'm going to tell it, say, please change the images to reflect my ideal client avatar, which is female between the ages of 50 and 60, 50 and 60, and make it more diversified. So this is an example of an extra little prompt you could give it to make quick fixes to your piece. So now it's going to update the images. And you'll see it's going to start at the very first one, and it's going to start changing them. And by the way, you could put in your own image too. Like if it's you, if you have images that you like to use, you could put those in. If you want to use your own photo kind of on an about piece or anything. So you can see there we have our first image is altered. Now it's working on the next one. And notice it was important too that I selected diversified. You might have even noticed that all those guys in those pictures, they all looked very similar, didn't they? So shake it up, take a little control over it and have it alter things to your best results, best use for you. That's why it's important too, by the way, to know your avatar. Okay, so there's great, another one. So now we're starting to get females in that age range looking different. Probably won't do any changes in this picture, but it might. Doesn't need to because there was not a person in that image. The next one with an image. Oh, but it did make a change to it. Notice it put a woman's hands in the image using it. So that was interesting. And any of the images, by the way, if you don't like the change it made, you can revert back to another. Okay, and let's see, is it doing any more images yet? Looks like it's still trying to edit a couple more images. There we go. Change the one with all of the people. I don't even know where that one was. Okay, now we have a woman in the studio. And now it's changing the last picture. So it's important that your lead magnet also speak to your avatar, make them feel seen, and if you know what your avatar is, and if it's a mix, then let it know that it's a mix because you want them to feel seen by it. All right. So you can see how easy it is to make the alterations and fixes in here. And when you're done, we're just going to go through and complete this. You would click on share. As a matter of fact, let's go back over here and see what happens next. Review and edit. That is optional. We've just showed you how to edit it. And then we're going to share, export as a PDF. Okay, so we're going to go back over here, click on share in the top menu bar, export, and we're going to export this as a PDF. And it's taken a little bit and it is done. So we are now 33 minutes into the call. I've included a lot of extra training and talk and background and outline, and we have a lead magnet created, all in that short little amount of time. Now, here's the challenge. The lead magnet is done, which is great, but that in and of itself still has some other problems with it. Okay. One of those is, well, we have the lead magnet. Now what do we do with it? Okay. There needs to be a delivery system. And LeOn is not going to leave us hanging. And this is why, again, as I said, if you were to go into a regular chat GPT, sure, it might help you create a lead magnet. I don't know how good it would be. I don't know how much it would walk you through all the steps. But the bottom line is that, yeah, maybe you have that, but now what? So LeOn is going to take us through the next steps. And okay, you want a quick Canva cover idea or PDF mockup? That will help you with the cover page of it. Now, I'm a big fan of using my e-cover maker for your covers, but you could also use this image, this first slide, as your cover for your lead magnet. So we're not going to dig deep into that at the moment, but LeOn can help you with that for sure. So we're going to go, let's skip this and see what's next. Let's skip this. What's next? Okay, so we'll skip the slides and keep momentum flowing. Here's what's next in the lead magnet launch sequence. You need to build the pages. Well, what are the pages? The first one is your opt-in page. That's where people are going to give you their name and email. And so LeOn is going to help us even build that. So the headline, 5 critical visibility boosters to easily grow beyond 6 figures. Bam. Subtitle, download the checklist and start attracting consistent leads today. Checklist image, whatever image you do create, whether you do it in Canva or My Cover Maker or anywhere else, you're going to want that on the page. You want to have the form, name and email. And now here's where LeOn is even going to walk you through and give you some training. No nav, no distractions. Nav is navigation. On your opt-in page, do not, under any circumstances, have a menu bar. Period. Your opt-in page should be a squeeze page. There's only two ways to go. They opt in or they get out. Okay, so you keep it short and sweet, no distractions. Next, after the opt-in page, is your congratulations page. This is if they go to the opt-in page and they give you their name and email, well, then you're going to send them to the page that says, congratulations, your checklist is on its way. Okay, and then you give them a quick invite them to the free workshop. This workshop that we're talking about, the follow-up, will also live on this confirmation page where you say, want to go deeper? Join the free visibility alchemy workshop and learn how to turn these boosters into real traction. Save your seat. And again, it gives the link to that. This is what would go on that page. Then LeOn prompts, distribution time, ready to get this out there. You can submit to infinite leads. This is again where we say, hey, this is solved. Now what would be the next thing? You could join infinite leads. And you can check upcoming giveaways to jump into just a giveaway to get exposure for your lead magnet. All right. So, but LeOn's not done. He's going to offer help creating your opt-in and confirmation pages, or do you want to go live with what you got? So we're going to say, help us with the opt-in page. So we'll start with that. Boom. And now it's going to break it down even a little deeper for us. Okay, the headline, the subheadline, what you'll get. If you wanted to give them a quick little bulleted list of what they're going to get, you're going to get a skimmable one-page checklist, actionable visibility strategies built for six-figure coaches ready to scale. My recommendation is I don't think you need this necessarily, but if you're going to use it, we have to keep in mind that this is not a one-page checklist anymore. Remember, it is now a 9-slide. You can see our number of slides over here to the left. It is a 9-slide workbook. So we're just going to call it, we don't have to say it's a skimmable one page. I would just change this to say it's a skimmable checklist. Okay, so they could go through quickly. They're going to get actionable visibility strategies and who it's built for. Image placeholder, you can use your Gamma slide cover or a Canva mockup. Okay, and then the form. And on the button, get the checklist now. Only ask for first name and email address. You could put in a trust note. We respect your privacy, no spam ever. And then again, it goes back to, do you want a clean clean image for that? But what we're going to say is help with the delivery page. I'm sorry, the thank you page. Okay, so LeOn will help you every step of the way because it's trained in what should go on these pages. So now the thank you page, by the way, this is critical. Do not give your download of your free gift on the thank you page. Okay, I know some people do this. It's just not a best practice. It's not a best practice because someone can give you a fake email address. And if they give you that fake email address and boom, they get taken right to the free gift, well, guess what? They got away with, basically stealing from you. They did not give you an exchange, a fair exchange for your gift. And so you don't want to give it to them in the thank you page. The thank you page, you want to tell them, and this is where LeOn's training comes in, your checklist is on its way. Okay. Then it even goes further to say, check your inbox for the download. Give it a minute or two. This is important because you want them to look for your email. And by the way, if they did give you a fake email address and they really do want the gift, they'll go back and they'll enroll again with the correct email address. All right. So this tells them to look for your email, which is so critical because otherwise, if you give them the gift, even if they did give you the right email address, your email ends up in their spam folder. They never find it. All of your email ends up in their spam folder and you just don't have a good connection there. Next, the offer, want to go deeper, join our workshop, save your seat now. All of this is important to put onto that page. So all of this is what LeOn does for you. And again, it's built and trained specifically on the methodology that email marketers use today. Now, someone was asking in the chat, I think Sharon wanted to say, hey, can we see the PDF? Sure. So let me Open that up. I'll have to, there we go. So here is the full PDF. And when you send it to someone, this is basically what they would be getting, so they can go through it little by little. You can adjust it. You can change the font sizes. You can change the look. You can go in and change the words. I mean, you can alter every piece of it, but this is a quick down and dirty boom. Hey, I could go with this right now if I needed to. Then, now, let's put it this way, LeOn's done. LeOn has taken care of getting your lead magnet ready. So now what do? We have the opt-in page. We have the thank you page. Okay. What's next? We need to have the emails. We need the email that's going to welcome people and tell them where to go. We need to have the emails that are going to indoctrinate them. And that is where ARIA comes in. So now we're going to switch over to ARIA here. So ARIA stands for Attract, Retain, Influence, and Automate. ARIA is your infinite email architect. And she has one simple prompt here. Hey, ARIA, can you help me with my emails? Now, again, ARIA is extremely highly trained and specific about what to help you with. So she's going to start out prompting. Absolutely, I've got you. Let's start with the foundation of your email strategy, your welcome email. The first message your new subscriber receives after opting in. To craft that, I need two things. What's your lead magnet? What did they sign up to get? And who is your audience? Coaches, speakers, new moms, authors, etc. Once I have that, I'll write a high converting welcome email for you, and then we can move into your indoctrination sequence if you're ready. Now, this is what's really cool. We're simply going to give her the lead magnet we just created. Oops, I want to go to show in folder. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that lead magnet that I downloaded as a PDF right here. You can see 5 critical visibility boosters to easily whatever the rest of the title was. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to load it up, hand that over to ARIA, and she knows what to do. Perfect. Thanks for uploading your lead magnet. 5 critical visibility boosters to easily grow beyond 6 figures. Let me confirm a few details before writing your welcome email. 1, audience checklist. This seems aimed at established 6-figure coaches who want to create consistent lead flow. The promise is a strategic checklist to help them scale visibility. Next step offer, the Visibility Alchemy Workshop to promote a deeper dive. Let's now craft your welcome email. This will thank and congratulate them, deliver the checklist, set expectations. You're not emailing them daily, invite them to go deeper and start building trust and momentum. Here's our draft. Subject line, your visibility checklist is inside. This will get them to look for it and open it because they will remember, I just opted in for this. Hey, first name. And by the way, this you use the code for whatever your CRM uses. Congrats, you just took a bold and smart step towards scaling your business without hustling harder. Your download is ready. Download the 5 Visibility Boosters PDF. There is where we would put in our actual delivery link. Now, the other piece of this, like I said, you don't want to give it to them in the thank you page. You want to create a delivery page. This will send them to that delivery page. This checklist is designed specifically for established coaches like you who built real success, but know that predictable lead flow is the missing piece. Inside, here's what you'll find. What to expect next. I'll be sending a few quick emails this week to help you implement these boosters with clarity and confidence. The importance of this sentence. This is where the training comes in. You want your new subscribers to look forward to your email. And the best way to do that is to tell them what you're going to be sending them. I'll be sending a few quick emails this week to help you implement these boosters. Well, if they're really interested in your lead magnet and they got it and they want to implement, this is the way to do it. You give them the offer to go deeper if they want to join the workshop. Again, it's free. So I would put that here and then sign off. All right. And P.S. If you're already clear on where you need to focus, hit reply and tell me. I love hearing what's resonating, and I might have something extra to help you accelerate. Does anybody know the importance of this P.S. offhand? If so, you can raise a hand and I'll see that over there and I'll call you out. Anybody get the importance of this? It's really critical. I'll just put it out there then. This is why I'm sure you all receive those emails that just say, hey, hit reply and let me know what you think. We get those all the time. The reason entrepreneurs do that is because when you hit reply to an email, their sender score goes up. Now, if you don't know what sender score is, that's basically a ranking system that tells you whether you are a good, solid information provider or whether you're a spammer, way down on the bottom of the scale. Okay. And if someone's responding to your email and hitting reply and writing back, well, that means they're engaged with you. You're probably not a spammer. And so entrepreneurs will often ask you to reply, even if it's just a trivial yes or no, or hey, I like that, or keep it up. Those all help improve sender scores. And it helps in your world. If you respond to their email, well, the chances are when that person emails you again, it's going to go right to your inbox because your system realizes, oh, yeah, you engage with this person. Okay. So this is where the training of this AI agent comes in. Now, this is another part that you may or may not be familiar with. In email marketing, it is critical, though most entrepreneurs don't know this because they haven't taken the time to train in it, but it is critical after someone opts into your list that you indoctrinate them. Now, I know indoctrination could sound like such a harsh word, but the reality is you're getting them. Well, this particular indoctrination is accomplishing three things. One, you want them to remember who the heck you are. If you send them an email as a welcome and then you don't email them for a week, well, they may have been busy when they got your free gift and they got that email and then they immediately proceed to forget about you. And so now you email them a week later and they're like, who is this? I don't remember opting in. And then they opt out right away. So if you're getting a lot of opt-outs right after people opt in, that's probably why. You need to indoctrinate them so they know who you are. Number two, you need to indoctrinate them so they get excited about your email. You want to, and that's why the welcome email is so important, is it sets it up that they go, oh, I'm going to get more valuable information about the thing that I just asked about over this next few days. Okay, so now they're looking for your emails. One of my lead magnets is how to launch a rockin' podcast in 14 days. And I tell them in the welcome over the next week, I'm going to send you a daily email for 7 days. And each day I'm going to share with you a different way to monetize your podcast. Now, if they're interested in podcasting, which they should be because they signed up for my free gift, then they're going to want to know how to monetize it. And so I literally will get people who will write to me and go, hey, Michael, I missed day number 4. Can you send that again? Or I can't find it. Help me. Can you just send it once more? That is indoctrination. That gets people excited about your emails. So that's part 2 of why you do the indoctrination. Part 3 is because you want to be whitelisted. Okay, whitelisted is the difference between showing up in a spam folder or the promotions folder or showing up in their inbox. And the more you can get them during that first week to find your emails and give them the okay, and they're opening and engaging and scrolling through your emails, you will end up in the inbox. So the indoctrination sequence is critical. And ARIA is designed to help you write all 7. Okay. So we're going to say, let's do the indoctrination. And then I'm going to show you after the indoctrination, another really cool piece about ARIA that I think you're going to absolutely love. So the indoctrination sequence is where we turn that first yes into real momentum and trust. It will deepen connection, position your authority, reinforce the value of your lead magnet, set the tone for future emails, and softly introduce your next step. Okay. And when she says softly introduce, it means you're just giving this gentle invite. You're not going sell, 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 and it's something for free. So email number 1, okay, let's get real for a second. If you're anything like coaches, blah, 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 the truth is, blah, blah. Have you had a chance to read it through yet? This is important to make sure people engage with your lead magnet. So you want to ask them, did you go through it? If so, reply. Again, here's the reply action. And let me know which booster you're most excited or nervous to try. Now, this next sentence is also critical. Tomorrow, I'll share why your lead magnet may be actually hurting your authority and how to fix it. So the teaser in each email sets up the next email. And that is critical. And ARIA is trained to help you do that based on the lead magnet that you gave her. So you can see that this is just email number one in the sequence. So we're going to say, write the rest of them all at once. Okay, and now she's going to turn this into a 5-day indoctrination. Email one, already shared above. Email two is your lead magnet repelling clients. Okay, tomorrow, again, setting up the teaser, the truth about borrowed authority and how to ethically use it to explode your lead flow. Boom. Then you deliver on that promise. Hey, here's how you use borrowed authority. And the tease for the next day. Tomorrow, why collaborations, not content, should be your growth engine. Boom. So you can see why anyone who just subscribed to your email list is going to want to read through these emails. They're chock full of value. And ARIA is masterful at helping you to do that. Now, after that's all said and done, remember we call ARIA your infinite email architect because it truly is infinite. She's going to now help you to do your evergreen nurture sequence. That's 52 weekly emails. So I'm just going to say nurture, please. Now, this is where ARIA becomes worth her weight in gold. Okay. You or I, if we sit down to write an email, and maybe I should just speak for myself because maybe some of you guys have computer minds and you're absolutely brilliant. But for me, when I sit down to write an email, I'm going to write about what's top of mind. Okay. I'm like, you know what? I experienced this thing today and I think it's really cool and I'd love to share it with you, blah, blah, blah. What ARIA does, though, is ARIA is thinking of the whole year. ARIA is thinking in long-term picture. So she's going to help build in buckets to move people through the customer journey deeper and deeper into my world. And so you can see already just by the way she's building this out, the nurture sequence is where we turn visibility into trust, loyalty, and eventually sales. This is your long-term relationship builder. The goals are to stay top of mind without burning out, deliver value, build emotional connection, authority, create open loop curiosity for future content, and softly remind subscribers of your core offers. And she's going to break it into segments, okay? 52 weekly evergreen emails. That's one email per week, already written and scheduled, a full year of nurturing hands-free. To make this doable, we're going to organize them into content buckets. Myths and mistakes, client wins, behind the scenes, visibility tips, personal story, offer reminder. It's giving us a sample month of emails. And then it's going to ask, do you want me to draft the first 4 to get started? So I'm going to say, let's go. And now she will draft those 4 emails for us. And notice these are all based on the lead magnet that I created. So she obviously knows a little something now about my world. Now you can also change that though. You could say, yes, I want you to build a nurture sequence, but here's my core offer that I ultimately want to gear people towards. And here are the core things that I teach, the core rules of business as I profess them, and she'll build around that. And if you feel like the emails are too short, okay, so as an example, I could look at this one and go, that's kind of a short email. And maybe all of these are a little short. And maybe I want my readers to have a little more. So I'm going to say, can you do those again, but make them about twice as long? Okay, so if your audience expects longer emails from you and ARIA generates shorter ones, you just tell her, double the length. So you can see now, here's this first email, myth busting. Notice it's twice as long as it was before. The second one, much more content in them. Third one. So ARIA is super masterful at this, and she can do this for all 52 weeks of your year. Now, I'm not going to have her go through all of these at this moment because I don't want to take up too much of your time with stuff that you can already see that ARIA can do. But I do want to jump to the final piece that is kind of like icing on the cake. And that is the re-engagement sequence. And I'm just going to say next sequence so I don't have to write out re-engagement. See if she picks up on what I'm talking about. Yep, she did. Love it. Let's move on to the re-engagement campaign. Your win-back sequence for cold or unresponsive subscribers. How many of you, and you can just put a yes in the chat, how many of you are familiar with the re-engagement campaign? If you are, just put a yes in the chat. Yes, Carmen. Hey, Carmen. Good to have you in here. Okay, so we have at least one person familiar with the re-engagement campaign. So I'll go over it because it's worth repeating anyway. At some point, hopefully later rather than sooner, but people on your list may stop opening your emails a little bit. They may engage less frequently. As a matter of fact, they might stop engaging at all. And good quality CRMs will allow you to flag that. So as an example, I have in my CRM set up that if someone does not open an email for 90 days, that's the timer that I set on mine, 90 days. If someone does not open an email for 90 days, it will put them into my re-engagement campaign. And the re-engagement campaign is designed to either re-engage them, get them back into the fold and interested in opening my emails, or remove them. Because 90 days they haven't done anything, that's dead weight. And you don't want to keep emailing to people who aren't opening your emails. This is why your email open rate will drop. Your percentage will get lower and lower because you're emailing to a bunch of people who just, maybe their email address changed. Maybe they moved. Maybe they quit the business. You don't know. So you want to re-engage. And so we're going to do I'm going to tell it to do a 7, well, we'll do the 5 email per version for now. 5 email version, please. And what this sequence does is it starts out a little slow so that you can get in there and, just say, hey, I notice you haven't really been opening my email. I put together this little video for you. Click here to watch it now, as an example. If they click on that, that constitutes re-engagement. And the subject line is what's really critical because remember, the subject line is what gets them to open it. So subject number 1, still here? I made something for you. Subject line number 2, maybe this is what you actually need. Subject line number 3, are you still interested in growing your visibility? Number 4, I don't want to be that person. And number 5, last chance to stay connected. So you can see they got progressively a little more assertive and, hey, where are you going with this? And on this last one, you actually tell them, today's the last day to let me know if you want to stay on this list. Click here to stay subscribed because that will activate it and re-engage them. If I don't hear from you, you'll be unsubscribed tomorrow. Nothing personal. I just want to make sure that every subscriber here wants to be here. And if our paths cross again later, I'll welcome you back with open arms. All right. So that's your re-engagement campaign. And ARIA will write every last one of these for you. So that is the both of them in a nutshell. I'm going to look to see if we have some pages here or questions here in the pages. Beska asks, where is the opt-in page and the thank you page? Those will live on your website, your CRM or website or wherever you build those. I build mine right inside of Entreport, which is our CRM. So you will need to build those in your platform. What happens with LeOn is LeOn just tells you what to put, like the copy and where to put it. All right. And now I know some of you are curious about, okay, well, how do I get these? What's going on with these? So the deal that we have happening right now with LeOn and ARIA, and I'm going to put a link into the chat there in case you guys want to go look at it. Then I will also screen share it. So LeOn and ARIA right now are on sale for basically almost 2 for the price of 1. Okay, you could get either one individually if you feel like you only need one. And I know many people in the room have already purchased it, so we're going to open up to Q&A for me to help you with it. Yes, so Carmen, you've already got it. And so right now, this page will show you the value. You could get LeOn standalone, $397 for lifetime access. Buy it once, own it forever. That's normally 697 per year. You can have it for 397 lifetime. Same thing for ARIA, normally 697 per year. You can have it lifetime for 397, and you can get both of them in combination right now for 497. You get both of them for lifetime access. So if you go to the link in the chat, it'll take you there and you just pick whichever of these buttons works for you. They should all be set up properly, I hope. If not, I might have screwed something up in there. And Veska's asking, how does it work if you already purchased LeOn? So if you've already purchased LeOn, which several people in the room have, you can actually go to any of those. Well, you would have received a welcome email with a link to the access page. And the access page is where you will then be able to click on ARIA or LeOn and open it in your own world. Because when you do, you open it, it's going to open up like this, and you'll be right at the start of LeOn, and you'll be able to crank out what you need. When you're ready for ARIA, you'll be right at the start of ARIA and click on what you need. And if you've already purchased LeOn and you want the other now, Veska, if you wanted to add I'm assuming you have LeOn and you wanted to add ARIA, reach out to me and we'll see what you bought LeOn for, and then we'll credit you that so you can get the bundle. All right. And that way you're not paying more for it. You're still getting the bundle, but you'll be adding to it. All right. So I know some of the people in here already own these. So this event is also about the questions you may have. Anybody else who's looking to get in, the feedback we've been getting on these is incredible. I mean, literally, you can build, and I do recommend this, build multiple lead magnets. I have right now like 8 lead magnets of my own that we use in rotation. You want to have a lot of different lead magnets. You have to think of it from this respect that some people will, basically respond to one lead magnet, but not another. They may respond to a lead magnet that solves this issue and not one that solves another issue, even though both kind of fall into the same bucket. So you're going to want to create a lot of different lead magnets, and this is a great, easy way to do it. And it gives you the opportunity to test them over and over again. And then with ARIA, making all of your work so much easier. I mean, literally writing those emails alone, the amount of time that it would take you to craft all of that, that alone is worth the $497 price right there. And especially considering this is lifetime. I mean, you get access to it ongoing over and over and over again. So raise your hand if you have any questions about any of this, whether it's the pricing, whether it's how they work, anything at all. All right, Sharon.
Hi, I'm so excited. I have both of them and I haven't opened them yet because I didn't really know what they were. So this was really helpful to me.
Awesome.
Because I just bought them. I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
I want that.
beautiful.
um, the first question that I have is in terms of building on LeOn and even Aria, do they learn who we are? Do we have to tell them every single time? Can we just put in data that so it learns us, or is that just an individual? It's doing it as you're building everything.
Yeah, it's a great question, and I'm going to show you actually how it will work. So your LeOn will actually live in your chat. LeOn and Aria live in your chat. So if I open this up, you'll see I've got a whole bunch of different chats going on over here on the side, right?
Hmm.
Now, while Chat GPT does not pull on all of that data continuously, you can request it. So I would tell this, and we're just going to practice this with LeOn here. So I'm going to say, hey, LeOn, can you pull my bio from our previous chats and add it to my slides? Now, it's my first time actually testing it this way, but we're going to see. Absolutely. Happy to add your bio. Could you share the exact bio text or key details you'd like included? Okay, so maybe it's not finding it here over in my chat, and I might have to ask it to dig a little deeper. Um, We're just kind of testing this. I love these actual questions because it allows me to get closer with it. I actually can't access your past GPT-4 or 5 chats, even if they're in the same account. Each session is private and doesn't carry over history, but you can paste it. Um, I'm going to ask it this though, because I'm constantly asking chat these types of questions. And I'm going to say, what do you retain about me and our conversations? Do you know my name? We'll even just ask it that. Spell that right. Oh, why did it say? That was weird. You don't have access to past conversation personal details unless you share them in this current chat. Okay, so what it's looking like, although it's weird because I sometimes have success with this in other chats, um, it does remember this. You're the creator of LeOn and knows that I created it. Okay. I'm offering a free visibility alchemy workshop and knows that from what I said in here. It says I'm a, yeah. So you may have to put some stuff back in, but I have found, and it's weird, and it could be because I am doing this in 4.0 instead of 5.1. So see what happens when I change this to 5.1. Okay. So here's a piece you can do. The good news, if you want me to remember things like your name, bio, brand, offers, links, or audience, you can turn on memory and store them once. After that, I'll carry them across all future conversations. Just tell me what you want saved. For example, my name is Michael Neely. Please remember that. So the real question is, would you like me to store it? So that's a great lesson for all of us to do. Let's
Okay.
just start storing certain things in memory that it can use across the board.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Um, I have a couple more questions. Is it all right if ask more?
Yeah, if, haven't seen any other hands go up yet, so fire away.
On this is more on Aria.
Mhm.
I understand that Aria is is learning best practices. It's using best practices. So if I wanted to go in and change it and make it a little more personable, do I need to be aware of like what things should be in and what things shouldn't be in? Does that question make sense? Um,
When you say best practices, what should or shouldn't be in as far
right.
as,
Like triggers and setting up the next thing, like what like the emails are written in such a way that it gets them to go to the next thing.
right?
Would I go if I go in and personalize stuff, am I going to mess anything up?
No, I don't think you will. The reality is that most people, let's say that they're reading every email.
Hmm.
They're not thinking long term like Aria is either. They're just
Hmm.
seeing the email in the moment and whatever feeling that evokes in them.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about changing it. The things that you do want to be cautious of in a nurture sequence. So I also want to be clear on this so everybody gets the nurture sequence. Your nurture sequence is evergreen and it's set up as a sequence, which means, Sharon, you may sign up for my email list in January 1. And so on January 1, you get email 1. Week later, email 2. Week later, email 3. Someone else, let's say Chu, signs up on February 1. Well, on February 1, she gets email number 1, even though you got it 4 weeks ago. So you're now receiving emails 4 weeks apart. Someone may be 6 months different when they get email number 1. Now, the reason I say this is because, and that's why the term evergreen nurture sequence is part of it, because you do not want to go in and change anything to be date specific.
Right.
Even in your PS, you don't want to say, hey, join my workshop that starts January 15th. because you don't ever want to have to go back and change that email. They should be evergreen. You could say, sign up for my discovery call and send it to a page where that can change. Your calendar changes, but the discovery call is dateless and just always goes to the same spot. Make
Awesome.
sense?
Yes, thank you.
You bet. All right, Chu.
Yeah, great to have met you at JVX Live, and
Yeah, it's fun.
so excited to have this. Um, oh my God, this is a lifesaver for me because I'm not a creative writer, so this is like, okay.
Yay.
Yeah, I have uh, doing Daniela's Speakerpalooza Monday, and I'm like, say, okay, I got to create a magnet, so I was going frenzy, so this is great.
Nice.
Now for chat, do we need to have a paid chat account for things to be safe?
I don't think so. You do need, even if you use their free account, you'll still get access to this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, will I be able to save this in memory? Well, how would I save this memory?
I'm not, I think so, because you still have an account. Okay. So it's not like you're logging in as a guest. You have an account, even if it's a free account. Now, I think the free account will save, but I don't know. I haven't used the free account in a long time.
Okay.
But
So
I think
you're
you'd probably be
using
fine.
a paid chat
Yeah.
in ChatGPT. Okay.
Yeah, and even if you did the paid version, I mean, it's $20 a month, and I think it's so worth it. But if not, see about the free version going. And the same thing with Gamma. Gamma has a free version where you can do up to 10 slides, I think, and that's free. And if you want to do more than 10 slides, it's, I don't know, $10 a month or something.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely, I mean, since I'm going to be doing lots of lead magnets, this is compelling reason.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And all that. All right, I have to ask this, that okay, creates a lead magnet. Does it even go into the place of creating me a talk?
It could.
Okay.
So as an example, I'll jump over to Gamma to show you all this. I'm going to go back to my Gamma account. So I recently did a talk on a summit called The Big Blind, What Strangles Most Businesses. And I took my script that I was planning on my talk and I said, all right, let's create slides for it. And so it created my whole slide deck for the presentation. And you can see this slide deck ended up being 29 slides. So you can totally use it for all kinds of stuff.
Well, that's for the Gamma. And how about
That's Gamma. Yep.
all right, for LeOn and ARIA is very specific for lead magnets and email sequence.
Yeah, they're not for slide deck. For a slide deck, you'll go over to Gamma.
I'm forget about slides. I'm talking about even give me ideas for a talk.
I mean, they can, but I would suggest you just use your Chat GPT for that, maybe.
Okay.
And by the way, when it comes to email marketing, that's what Ari is designed for. She's learned all the stuff that I've been trained in email marketing. And so you could say, hey, I've got an event coming up and I need to have an invitation sequence for my list. Can you write those emails for me? Boom, she'll crank it out. You could say, now people have signed up for my event. I need to have a 48-hour reminder, a 24-hour reminder, a 1-hour reminder. She'll craft all those for you too.
Ooh,
So yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, she'll write so many emails for you. Like I said, the price alone, the time she'll save you is worth it.
oh yeah, like this. I gotta pat myself. I did get in on your earlier.
Nice.
Thank
Awesome.
you again so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. All right, other questions? Anyone else?
Oh, Michael, sorry, one more
Yes.
question.
Mhm.
Do we have access to the recording of these?
Yes. So what I do is I take these and I put them onto our YouTube channel. So I invite you all to go subscribe to us over on YouTube. And I have some of these from the past ones and also future ones, that I want to just keep rolling them out kind of in a rotation each time we do a new one of these sessions. So definitely go check it out.
All right, wonderful.
Yep. And I will tell you, if you're going to get in, I would get in now. The price is going to be going up to $697 lifetime. It's going to be going up as of Friday, the 21st. So we're launching a new product. And so with that, this is going to go up to $697. So anybody who's on the fence about it, I would suggest get in now before that price change. Some of you I know got in before the last price change. And so it's super important. And one of the things that we're doing right now as bonuses for it, let me go and I'll go back to screen share so y'all can see it. So we have some fast action bonuses right now. And again, this expires in 21 hours, but if you sign in, you'll get 3 monthly group coaching calls to fine tune your lead magnet. These are calls like this where you can jump in with me and ask questions. If you're an existing member of Infinite Leads, you get 12 bonus tokens, and that's enough to do 3 more giveaways. If you sign up to become a member, you will get those tokens as well. So an opportunity to get more exposure for your lead magnet. And then finally, you get a personal lead magnet review when submitted for a coaching call. So some of these calls like we're doing right now, you could, in advance of that, like let's say you've been practicing with Aria and LeOn, you can send me your lead magnet and then on the call, we'll review it. So if any of y'all have a lead magnet for review, I'd be happy to do that. So those are the fast action bonuses that you get right now when you sign up for Aria and LeOn today. All right, other questions?
I put one in the chat.
Okay, let me find the chat there. Can we share this with others? Yes and no. You can share it with others as far as sending them the link to the page to purchase. Absolutely. We are looking to set up an affiliate offer for this as well, but we're not quite there yet. And when we have that available, you could share that and even get an affiliate commission. What you can't do is give someone else the GPT. Now, obviously, there's nothing I can do to stop you from that, except that we will change it monthly. So one day you're going to go to log in and you're going to find that it doesn't work. And the only way to get back into it is to go to that page that we gave you, and you are tagged so that when you, only you, go to that page, you will get access. But if someone tries to go to that page that's not you, they will not get access because they're not tagged as being an owner. So as owners, you guys have a special tag in our system that allows you access.
Yeah, I did mean the offer. So
Yeah, I figured you did, but I also just
thanks for
wanted to
that
cover that.
clarification, though.
Yeah. I wanted to be clear too, because I know sometimes, I mean, literally, and that was part of the reason that we're offering it lifetime right now is because we understand that it's really hard to set a chat GPT up to be paid on a monthly basis as a subscriber basis. And so we're still in the process of doing that. So until we do, we're still offering it as lifetime. But once we have that set up, then it'll be a subscription basis. So, and then it'll be easier to, people who did not own it, it'll be harder for people to share it, just giving it away and stuff. All right. So happy I got, yep. Awesome. Yeah. You did get a good deal on it, Chu Hoon. I think most people in here got a good deal if they purchased already, and still a good deal if you haven't gotten it. I do highly recommend that you do before the price goes up to the next tranche. Any other questions at all? Otherwise, this could be a short one today, but I'm here to support y'all. We got a lot of owners in the room. If you've been playing with it and have any challenges or questions, I'd love to hear it. Carmen, fire away.
I threw this one in the chat already, so I've played with it and created a lead magnet from it. I don't know Gamma really well. So my question was about just, how you change kind of the themes in Gamma. I got something that was kind of a black and white looking thing, which is definitely not my colors. And so I tried to upload my hex colors, but you had to have it in like a PowerPoint. So there were some things that were a little bit clunky in trying to get it to, have my branding and colors on it.
Right. I will say this, 2 things on Gamma, and we're going to go back over here. So what I did is I just went back to Gamma. Here, let me just go show you what I did. So I just go back into Gamma, and then if I go down here to themes, okay, this is my custom theme, but we can go here to standard. And so you see it's got a lot of themes in there, okay? So I would suggest you either pick one close and then go to edit that. And if you do have one that's custom, and by the way, and I'm not really good at this even myself, but you can go in to edit that theme, and this is where you can start to play with it. You can give it your primary accent colors. And these are known as hex codes when you use that 6-digit hex code there.
Yep,
So
and I have that. Okay,
perfect.
great.
You can give it text, heading color, body color. You can adjust all of that here. You can change fonts over here. You can put in your logo. Design elements, you can give it a look, how you like the roundness, the shadows, all the other elements. Any particular images that maybe go with your styling and such. But all of that can be found as you go in to edit your theme. And I recommend everybody create a custom theme. I haven't done this a whole lot yet because I've been so busy just showing how to use it. I haven't had time to really fine tune it for our own stuff, but I'm definitely planning to do that myself as well.
Perfect. That's helpful.
Yep, you got it.
LeOn was easier to figure out than Gamma.
Yeah, LeOn's pretty easy.
It worked well.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, other questions? Any burning questions at all? All right, well, if no one has any other questions, we will wrap this up. I will tell you, just in case it's of interest to you, that we are doing our next group call on this is going to be early December. I'm just checking right now. It will be noon on Tuesday, December 9th. So if you do know someone who is interested and you want to have them join, that is when we'll be doing this the next time. I will tell you now, it's going to be $697 then, not $497. Okay, so it will be $697. So if you have anybody that you want to get it in on the cheaper deal, like you just did, let them know. Just give them the link to the page that I put in the chat, the one ending in AI bundle. I'll put it in there again just so everybody's got it. You can give that to them and they can still get in at this deal right now. So if you have anybody that you know that wants in, and then let me know if you did send somebody. And when we organize and set up a commission structure, we could even backlog that and go, yeah, we need to get you a commission for that referral. But we'd love to get some more people in here and using it. And hey, I'm going to be real transparent about this. I want you guys to have great lead magnets because, well, then you're going to need to get exposure for it. And then I'm hoping that you'll come join Infinite Leads, where we will put you into one of our dozens of giveaways that we're running constantly. We run about 100 giveaways a year, and we'll get you the exposure that your lead magnet needs so that you can start getting leads into your world, because this is the bottom line. And I cannot drive this home enough. Lead flow will solve 90%, maybe even more, 90+% of your business problems can be solved with the lead flow, period. And just, I know that sounds like a bold claim, but the bottom line is this: if you're not making enough money, it's probably because you need more leads. If you're not, you could go, well, but I'm not very good at sales. Well, guess what? If you had more leads, you would get better at sales. Okay. You will get better at sales because you're practicing more on all of these leads that you get. And if it's, you feel like I'm not getting enough people in my webinar, that problem would be solved if you had more leads. Every problem your business faces, at least 90% plus, could be solved by more leads. And I'm even going to go out on a limb here to say, you could go, well, it won't solve my hiring problem. My employees suck. Well, yeah, it will. Because if you had more leads, you'd make more money. And if you made more money, you could pay more for better employees. Okay. So literally, lead flow can fix everything when you're doing it right. And this is the tip of the spear for that. To get your lead flow going, you need the exposure, you need a strategy. And so speaking of that too, by the way, I know you guys are all on my list, so you may have already signed up for it, but on Friday, day after tomorrow, we're doing the list building extravaganza. And we'd love to invite you guys to that. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and grab my link real fast. It is a 6-hour live stream, and it's going to be happening from noon to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to pop the link into the chat. So that is Friday. And if you guys want to attend, I highly recommend. We're going to be covering a whole bunch of lead strategy stuff. Going to be bringing in some guest experts on all around like what a better list does for you as far as JV marketing, as far as being able to sell more and make more. We're going to be covering a broad range of topics, but it's all about list building. Because if you get your list growing firmly, everything else becomes easier. So that is on Friday. Again, it's from noon to 6 Eastern Standard Time. It is a live stream, 6 hours straight. So I hope you'll be able to join us for that. Links in the chat, totally free. I would love to have you guys there for that as well. All right. Any last question before we wrap it up? I don't see any hands going up or anybody waving, so I'm going to take it that there are no other ones. And so I thank you guys so much for joining me today. I look forward to catching you on one of our future calls and maybe even Friday. Would love to have you for the list building extravaganza or maybe this next call on December 9th. And in the meantime, y'all have a very happy Thanksgiving and I look forward to catching y'all whenever we meet again. Ciao, everybody. Bye-bye.